What up, everybody? Today is an exciting day. Now, I've had these cars for some time now, kind of been in and out, and now's the time I'm gonna bring them in and show them off to you guys. It's pretty sick. Check these things out. Two Eurofighters. So these are driven by two guys from Switzerland who are coming over to run Pro 1 and Pro 2, Yves Meyer and Joshua Reynolds. So they sent me their cars, and I'm going to be transporting them and prepping them and providing them with a mechanic so that they can do what they need to do, and that's drive. So time to bring them in. There's a couple things that we need to go over. They told me that I need to tighten up the passenger seat because they left it loose, not knowing that you have to have a passenger seat for Formula Drift rules. So we're going to bring these cars in. It even still has some of the sea dry, like that stuff that's meant for when you ship your cars overseas. It keeps the mold away. So I'm going to take that out, wipe these things down because they are a little bit dusty after shipping, and show them off to you guys. Things are so nice.
The roof is so sick.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. the shop. Now it's time to dig into them and check everything out. I know right off the bat, one of the things that they asked me to check was the passenger seat. They had a lot of stuff that they had to pack in the cars, and that the harnesses weren't exactly ran. They kind of just tossed them in. So we're gonna get the passenger seats fit, make sure the harnesses are all good, and I'm gonna go ahead and go over the cars and just make sure everything is 100% up to date with tech, and you know, very particular set of rules for Formula Drift tech, so I just want to make sure that there's nothing wrong with these cars. I know something that I saw too is that they still have the front brake light on them. We did away with that last year in 2019. The judges just didn't really care about having the front brake light. Instead, what they did was made us do tire stickers or the wheel spokes. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this, do the seat, and get rid of the seat dry. So yeah, I think this stuff you put in your car so that it like soaks up all the moisture in there. Let's get it out of there. All right, let's go over it, make sure everything is good to go. Damn, these cars are nice. All right, Tino got these seat belts. Are you done?
Yeah.
In all the way. And then I was looking into the front brake lights, but I'm gonna have to do some actual wiring thing, like probably disassemble one of the pins in there. So I'm gonna probably ask first, see what they want me to do, how they want me to do it, because I'm gonna have to cut some shrink wrap off, remove one of the pins from the Deutsch, and then put it back together, just so this doesn't work anymore. I think that'll be easier than tearing it off, and obviously I don't want to cut into it. But yeah, gotta get this side set. There's some of the spare parts that they had in the car. I'm guessing those are knuckles. This is an axle. That's a drive shaft, even though it says prop shaft, you know. And this is the driver's side window. It's pretty cool. They have a driver's side window, but also they have like a window net over there, I guess, if they want to put the window net up and if they want to leave the windows down. Yeah, let's clip these ones on. All right, I got that done. I'm gonna have Tino get his naked body here into this car and push the brakes and make sure it's good. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Sick. And come do this one too. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Good. Okay, one of the last things that needs to get done before these things go away is switching out the coolant for water. Obviously, race car on racetrack, especially during a summer drift series, we're not worrying about the coolant freezing. And these guys had straight green coolant in there because they ship their cars overseas because they don't want it to freeze, blah, blah, blah. But racetracks do not like coolant in there. And yeah, we've had Tino over here just dumping into a pan instead of into our fine coolant receptacle right here that we have. That's meant for dumping coolant into. These kids, man. These kids, sometimes with these kids. But yeah, gonna change the coolant on these two, and then they'll be ready to go. 100%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Since the drain plug is right there, and their bash bar tube runs right underneath it, you can see where the bash bar plate hooks up right there. That'll be easier just to remove the bumper, remove the rear end, because it does come off with just a couple of bolts. Then we wouldn't be splattering coolant everywhere. Remember we talked about that, Tina? We said that so that we wouldn't have coolant all over the floor. We could dump it right into our coolant receptacle. Do you remember we said that?
Only a few drifts.
Look at this. What are you going to do with this? You're going to drink it?
Pour it in there.
Jesus, kid.
It's monster in it.
Jeez Louise.
She's a squirter.
What do you want me to do?
Water pump.
Turn the water pump on?
Hold on.
Can I turn it on or no?
Go ahead.
All right, guys, we are pretty much done with these cars. They are prepped, they are wiped, they are coolant swapped, brake light disconnect, everything is good to go. So I'm gonna put them back in the trailer, make a little bit of room because I am bringing in all of my vets to this side here because I am going, the next video that I'm gonna do is how to set up a drift Corvette. And I'm gonna bring all three of mine in. my C6 competition car, my C6 demo car, and my C5. So a little bit of integration and discussion with each and everything. So for now, let's put away these two incredibly beautiful, extremely badass cars. So hope you guys enjoyed. So we're pretty much all done with the cars for now. Obviously, we probably want to give it a once over one more time before we load them up to go testing, but that's not going to be for a little while. Who knows when that will actually be. But I wanted to just kind of show you guys around these cars. Obviously, I don't know a whole lot about them, but after talking with Yves and Josh, they kind of updated me on some of the stuff that has been going on. So obviously, these cars were originally built by HGK. But that was 3 years ago. I think these are chassis 2 and 3. So Kristaps is the first one, and these are 2 and 3. So you can obviously see, although they're old, they do not look like it. It's pretty much a brand new looking car. Obviously, that's easy to do when you replace the body, but I mean, look at everything is very nice, and all this stuff is original. You can see this one is number 2. So although HGK originally built the cars, the shop that these guys work with, Health Tech, actually has done a lot since then. They've maintained it and made some changes. One of the biggest things is that they removed the fuel cell from back here and put it right behind, or right in front of the radiator, right over the rear wheels. I think that's a lot better. I know that Kristaps was very much about as much rear weight as possible, and I know that these things are even a little bit more rear biased, but I think this is better. Less puller weight, less swinging around, more centrally located, and I think it brings the cars back to 50-50, so that is pretty cool. But you can see big giant radiator. I don't know if that's a CNR or not, but big spall fans. Obviously that's very proper for that. Look at these are like breakaway for the wiring harness, so the tail light goes for fly. This pulls out. That's pretty sick. The crash bars and diffusers. This window is dope because it will pop out, and then the dry sump tank is right in there. That's where you can see where they fill it. Let's climb back here. Yeah, that's the dry sump tank right here with the dipstick. I like that. I might have to build me a dipstick. I have a separate dipstick, but boom. Yeah, you can see Health Tech Engineering. They did this fuel cell box, because obviously this is not the fuel cell. This box contains a fuel cell, which is in a box and in a bladder, but this is what it takes to make it Formula Drift legal. This is the fuel line, the quick disconnect for everything. The fuel filler, that's encapsulated too as it goes in. Fire suppression system. Gotta love this. Look at this. iPhone holder. So dope. Whoop. Obviously, PDM, Samsonite gearbox. That's HGK's own handbrake. Sweet, they have Cobras. Proper. I don't know a whole lot about these engines other than they were originally Mass Motorsports engines, but since then, the guys at Health Tech have rebuilt and maintained and made changes, and obviously, in their mind, made it better. I know these things are seared. They run super good too. You fire them right up and immediately they idle nice, and it's good. Solid mechanical throttle. That's interesting to see. I really like all these hard lines. Hard lines for the breather. That's like a vacuum regulator because it's a dry sump, so it'll pull a bunch of vacuum. I really like how HGK does these hard lines right here. Oh, and this thing, it's all slippery. Gotta find out what this stuff is that they spray their cars down with. It's so nice and slippery. Sick how you take the bumper off right down in here. These quick pins that just pull, and you pull these from the top. Oh yeah, nice headers. This is what I ran on the S14 too, the Harley High Ram. It's a good intake manifold. It makes a lot of power. Definitely makes better power than the stock manifold, but the stock manifold fits underneath the hood. That's definitely what I wanted to do in the Corvette. You can see all their doors. That side has a window frame, so this is where the window frame is for that. Chassis numbers and inspection. Tilt and floor mounts, those are the same ones that I have. Same floor plate that I use too. I got mine from OCT, that's the people who make it for HGK. Motec dashes. Sick wheels. They have Wise Fab, front and rear. KW or ST suspension. Yeah, Winter's quick changes. I mean, these are real deal proper cars, and I am so excited to have them this year. A little bit too. I don't know if you guys seen my big canopy, but I expanded that, got it even bigger, so it goes all the way to the toter, so that we can have all 3 cars underneath the canopy at once. And that's the other reason why I got that Dodge and the smaller trailer. One, so I can tow my stuff around, i.e. go testing very easily, but also because the Pro 2 car is going to be in that smaller rig. So my car and Yves' car is going to be in the stacker, and then Josh's car is going to be in the small trailer, because obviously at Pro 2 it'll only need to go to the rounds that it needs to go to. So it's going to be an exciting year. I will make sure to bring you guys along as much as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I am just going to sit back here and kind of admire these cars and wipe them down and get them ready, even though they are. So hopefully this all lifts and we can go drive, because I think everybody is itching to get back, especially you guys. I know you're excited to watch Formula Drift again. Hurry up!